Welcome to my home. We are up in the marvelous vampire castle all. If you're on the 50s stage, there's 3 big spinning records. The one with the yellow label. Walk past that one into the castle. Oh, wow. Give you like another 3 seconds to get here, and then I'll jabber about stuff and tell you a story. How's that sound? Thank you, Elin. Great stuff today, huh? Happy birthday, Kitely. Well done, Elin and Oren, and the whole birthday party team. So, yeah, give me a couple ones. Let me know you can hear me, and then we'll get started. Of course, I guess I should talk, huh? A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Wait, that's the wrong story. In days of old, when knights were bold and journeyed from their castles. Okay, it's got a castle, but still the wrong castle. Hey, look at that. Yeah, happy birthday, Kitely. Well done, Elin, Oren, the whole birthday team. Thank you. This is amazing. The full book of Dracula by Bram Stoker would take about 8 hours to read, twice as long to read aloud. This following extract is about 15 minutes. Actually, it's about 18 minutes, so I'm going to try to speed it up just a hair. But it includes some of the most memorable parts of the story. So, away we go. My camera set her so I can see all you fine folk. There we go. No, I doubt it. Okay. Jonathan Harker is a clerk to an English gentleman who has been staying for a week at Castle Dracula near the Borgo Pass in the Carpathian Mountains. Harker has grown suspicious of his host and relates his experiences in his journal to his wife, Mina. Dear Mina, the Count spoke with me today in a most terrifying manner. Let me advise you, my dear young friend. Nay, let me warn you with all seriousness that should you leave these rooms, you will not by any chance go to sleep at any other part of the castle. It is old and has many memories, and there are bad dreams for those who sleep unwisely. Hello. Be warned. Should sleep now or ever overcome you or be like to do, then hasten to your own chamber or to these rooms, where your rest will then be safe. But if you be not careful in this respect, why then... He finished his speech in a most gruesome way, Mina, for he motioned with his hands as if he were washing them. Oh, I quite understood. My only doubt was as to whether any dream could be more terrible than the unnatural, horrible net of gloom and mystery which seemed closing around me. Later, I endorsed the last words written, Mina, but this time there's no doubt in question. I shall not fear to sleep in any place where he is not. I have placed the crucifix over the head of my bed. I imagine that my rest is thus freer from dreams, and there it shall remain. When he left me, I went to my room. After a little while, not hearing any sound, I came out and went up to the stone stair to see where I could look out towards the sound. There was some sense of freedom in the vast expanse, inaccessible though it was to me as compared with the narrow darkness of the courtyard. Looking out on this, I felt that I was indeed in prison, and I seemed to want a breath of fresh air, though it were of the night. I am beginning to feel this nocturnal existence tell on me. It is destroying my nerve. I start at my own shadow. I am full of all sorts of horrible imaginings. God knows that there's ground for my terrible fear in this accursed place. I looked out over the beautiful expanse, bathed in soft yellow moonlight, till it was almost as light as day. In the soft light, the distant hills became melted, and the shadows in the valleys and gorges of velvety blackness. The mere beauty seemed to cheer me, my Mina. There was peace and comfort in every breath I drew. As I leaned from the window, my eye was caught by something moving a story below me, and somewhat to my left, where I imagined, from the order of the rooms, the windows of the Count's own room would look out. The window at which I stood was tall, deep, stone mullioned, and though weather-worn, was still complete. But it was evidently many a day since the case had been there. I drew back behind the stonework. I looked carefully out. What I saw was the Count's head coming out from the window. I did not see the face, but I knew the man by the neck and by the movement of his back and arms. In any case, I could not mistake the hands which I had had so many opportunities of studying. I was at first interested and somewhat amused, for it is wonderful how small a matter will interest and amuse a man when he is a prisoner. But my very feelings changed to repulsion and terror when I saw the whole man slowly emerge from the window and begin to crawl down the castle wall over that dreadful abyss. Face down, Mina. Face down, with his cloak spreading out around him like great wings. At first I could not believe my eyes. I thought it was some trick of the moonlight, some weird effect of shadow, but I kept looking, and it could be no delusion. I saw the fingers and the toes grasp the corners of the stones, worn clear of the mortar by the stress of years, and by thus using every projection and inequality move downwards with considerable speed, just as a lizard moves along a wall. What manner of man is this? Or what manner of creature is it in the semblance of a man? I feel the dread of this horrible place overpowering me. I am in fear, Mina, in awful fear, and there is no escape for me. I am encompassed about with terrors that I dare not think of. 15 May. Once more have I seen the Count go out in his lizard fashion. He moved downwards in a sidelong way, some 100 feet down and a good deal to the left. He vanished into some hole or window. When his head had disappeared, I leaned out to try and see more, but without avail. The distance was too great to allow a proper angle of sight. I knew he had left the castle now and thought to use the opportunity to explore more than I had dared to as yet. I went back to the room, and taking a lamp I tried all the doors. They were all locked, as I had expected, and the locks were comparatively new, but I went down the stone stairs to the hall where I had entered originally. I found I could pull back the bolts easily enough and unhook the great chains, but the door was locked, and the key was gone. The key must be in the Count's room. I must watch should his door be unlocked, so I may get in and escape. I went on to make a thorough examination of various stairs and passages, and to try the doors that opened from them. One or two small rooms near the hall were open, but there was nothing to see in them except old furniture, dusty with age and moth-eaten. At last, however, I found one door at the top of the stairway, which, though it seemed to be locked, gave a little under pressure. I tried harder, and I found that it was not locked, not really, but that the resistance came from the fact that the hinges had fallen somewhat, and the heavy door rested upon the floor. Here was an opportunity which I might not have again, so I exerted myself, and with many efforts forced it back so that I could enter. I was now in the wing of the castle, further to the right than the rooms I knew, and a story lower down. From the windows I could see that the suite of rooms lay along to the south of the castle, the windows of the end room looking out both west and south. On the latter side, as well as to the former, there was a great precipice. The castle was built on the corner of a great rock, so that on three sides it was quite impregnable, and great windows were placed here where sling or bow or culverin could not reach, and consequently light and comfort, impossible to a position which had to be guarded, were secured. To the west there was a great valley, and then rising far away, great jagged mountain fastnesses, rising peak on peak, sheer rock studded with mountain ash and thorn, whose roots clung in cracks and crevices and crannies of the stone. This was evidently the portion of the castle occupied by the ladies in the bygone days, for the furniture had more air of comfort than any I had seen. The windows were curtainless, and the yellow moonlight, flooding in through the diamond panes, enabled one to see even colors, whilst it softened the wealth of dust which lay over all and disguised in some measure the ravages of time and the moth. My lamp seemed to be of little effect in the brilliant moonlight, but I was glad to have it with me, for there was a dread loneliness in this place which chilled my heart and made my nerves tremble. Still, it was better than living alone in the rooms which I had come to hate from the presence of the Count, and after trying a little to school my nerves, I found a soft quietude come over me. And so here I am, Mina, sitting at a little oak table where in old times possibly some fair lady sat to pen with much thought and many blushes her ill-spelt love letter, and I am writing in my diary to you in shorthand all that has happened since I closed it last. It is 19th century up to date with a vengeance, and yet, dear Mina, unless my senses deceive me, the old centuries had and have the powers of their own which mere modernity cannot kill. Later, the morning of 16 May. God preserve my sanity, for to this I am reduced. Safety and the assurance of safety are things of the past now. Whilst I live on here, there is but one thing to hope for, that I may not go mad, and if indeed I be not mad already, if I be sane, Mina, then surely it is maddening to think that of all the foul things that lurk in this hateful place, the Count is the least dreadful to me now. That to him alone I can look for safety, even though this be only whilst I can serve his purposes. Great God, merciful God, let me be calm, for out of that way lies madness indeed. I begin to get new lights on certain things which have puzzled me. Up to now I never quite knew what Shakespeare meant when he made Hamlet say, "My tablets, quick, my tablets, 'tis meet that I put it down," etc., etc. For now, feeling as though my own brain were unhinged, or as if the shock had come to which must end in its undoing, now I turn to my own diary for repose. The habit of entering accurately must help to soothe me. The Count's mysterious warning frightened me at the time. It frightens me more now when I think of it, for in future he has a fearful hold upon me, Mina. I shall fear to doubt what he may say. When I had written in my diary and had fortunately replaced the book and pen in my pocket, I felt sleepy. The Count's warning came into my mind, but I took pleasure in disobeying it. The sense of sleep was upon me, and with the obstinacy which sleep brings as outrider. The soft moonlight soothed. The wide expanse without gave a sense of freedom which refreshed me. I determined not to return tonight to the gloom-haunted rooms, but to sleep here, where of old ladies had sat and sung and lived sweet lives, with their gentle breasts were sad for their menfolk away in the midst of remorseless wars. And so here I drew a great couch out of its place near the corner, so that as I lay I could look at the lovely view to east and south, and unthinking of and uncaring for the dust, I composed myself for sleep. I suppose, indeed, I must have fallen asleep. I hope so. But I fear for all that followed was startlingly real, so real that now, sitting here in the broad, full sunlight of the morning, I cannot in the least believe that it was sleep. I was not alone. The room was the same, unchanged in any way since I came into it. I could see along the floor in the brilliant sunlight my own footsteps marked where I had disturbed a long accumulation of dust. In the moonlight opposite me were 3 young ladies. Ladies by their dress and manner. I thought at the time that I must be dreaming when I saw them, for though the moonlight was behind me, they threw no shadows on the floor. They came close to me and looked at me for some time and then whispered together. 2 were dark and had high aquiline noses like the Count, and great dark piercing eyes that seemed to be almost red when contrasted with the pale yellow moon. The other was fair, as fair can be, with great wavy masses of golden hair and eyes like pale sapphires. I seemed somehow to know that face, her face, and to know it in connection with some dreamy fear, but I could not recollect at the moment how or where. All 3 had brilliant white teeth that shone like pearls against the ruby of their voluptuous lips. There was something about them that made me uneasy, some longing, and at the same time some deadly fear. I felt in my heart a wicked, burning desire that they would kiss me with those red lips. It is not good to note this down, lest some day it should meet Mina's eyes and cause her pain, but it's the truth. They whispered together. Then they all 3 laughed, such a silvery, musical laugh, but as hard as though the sound never could have come through the softest of human lips. It was like the intolerable, tingling sweetness of water glasses when played by a cunning hand. The fair girl shook her hand coquettishly, the other 2 urged her on, and one said, go on, you are first. We shall follow. Yours is the right to begin. And the other added, he is young and strong. There are kisses for us all. I lay quiet, looking out under my eyelashes in an agony of delightful anticipation. The fair girl advanced and bent over me till I could feel the movement of her breath upon me. Sweet it was in one sense, honey sweet, and sent the same tingling through the nerves as her voice, but with a bitter underlying the sweet, a bitter offensiveness as one smells in blood. I was afraid to raise my eyelids, but I looked out and saw perfectly under the lashes. The girl went on her knees and bent over me, simply gloating. There was a deliberate voluptuousness which was both thrilling and repulsive. As she arched her neck, she actually licked her lips like an animal, till I could see in the moonlight the moisture shining on the scarlet lips and on the red tongue as it lapped the white, sharp teeth. Lower and lower went her head as the lips went below the range of my mouth and chin, and they seemed about to fasten on my throat. Then she paused, and I could hear the churning sound of her tongue as it licked her teeth and lips. I could feel the hot breath on my neck. Then the skin of my throat began to tingle as one's flesh does when the hand that is to tickle it approaches nearer. Nearer. I could feel the soft, shivering touch of the lips on the super-sensitive skin of my throat, and the hard dents of 2 sharp teeth just touching and pausing there on my skin. I closed my eyes in a languorous ecstasy, and I waited. I waited with beating heart. But at that instant, another sensation swept through me as quick as lightning. I was conscious of the presence of the Count, and of his being as if lapped in a storm of fury. As my eyes opened involuntarily, I saw his strong hand grasp the slender neck of the fair woman with a giant's power, draw it back, the blue eyes transform with fury, the white teeth champing with rage, and the fair cheeks blazing red with passion. But the Count, never did I imagine such wrath and fury, even to the demons of the pit. His eyes were positively blazing. The red light in them was lurid, as if the flames of hellfire blazed behind them. His face was deathly pale, and the lines of it were hard drawn like wires. The thick eyebrows that met over that nose now seemed like a heaving bar of white-hot metal. With a fierce sweep of his arm, he hurled the woman from him, and then he motioned to the others as though he were beating them back. It was the same imperious gesture that I had seen used to the wolves. In a voice which, though low and almost in whisper, seemed to cut through the air and then ring around the room, he said, "How dare you touch him, any of you? How dare you cast your eyes upon him when I have forbidden it? Back, I tell you. This man belongs to me. How dare you meddle with him, or you'll have to deal with me." The fair girl with the laugh of ribald coquetry turned to answer him. "You yourself never loved. You never love." On this the other woman joined. Such a mirthless, hard, soulless laughter rang through the room that it almost made me faint to hear. It seemed like the pleasure of fiends. Then the Count turned, and after looking at my face attentively, said in a soft whisper, "Yes, I too can love. You yourselves can tell it from the past, is it not so? Well, now I promise you that when I am done with him, you shall kiss him at your will. Now go, go! I must awaken him, for there is work to be done." "Are we to have nothing tonight?" said one of them with a low laugh as she pointed to the bag which he had thrown upon the floor, which moved as though there was some living thing in it. For answer, he nodded his head. One of the women jumped forward and opened it. If my ears did not deceive me, there was a gasp and a low wail as of a half-smothered child. The women closed round, whilst I was aghast with horror. But as I looked, they disappeared, and with them that dreadful bag. There was no door near them. They could not have passed me without my noticing. They simply seemed to fade into the rays of the moonlight and pass out through the window, for I could see outside the dim, shadowy forms for a moment before they entirely faded away. Then horror overcame me, and I sank down unconscious. So I hope you enjoyed our little tale, and I welcome you to join us in World for more live presentations, as well as our podcast YouTube channel. More info is on our website, storylinkradio.com, and then look at that. Well, thank you, everybody. Happy birthday, Kitely. Again, well done, Oren, Elam, and the whole birthday party team. So cool to see you all here. I don't know where we're going next, but I'm sure they'll tell us in a moment. Yes, next up is Acidic Loop, which is on the... If I can tell, well, I've still got the stream. How you get over there? You go back out of the castle, and all the way down the end. On the Acidic Loop stage. Hey, I hear there's presents, too.
I see everybody's TPing in. What's up, Kitely? My name is Acidic Loop. You guys can click on the video up on your viewer. You should be able to see live video here from YouTube. So I do what's called live looping. So we're going to go ahead and do some of that business right now. And I'm using my iPad for everything. I have all my looper on here. I got all my guitar effects, everything, and vocals. This is my guitar. She goes by the name of Wilma. Say, hey, Wilma! All right, making sure the video's playing for everybody. I'm assuming you guys can all hear me okay, so we're going to go ahead and rock and roll. We're going to do a little funk for you right here. This one is from Robert Randolph and the Family Band, a song called I Need More Love. Let me get a little organ up in here. So I'm using my iPad right now and looping in this organ. And now it's looping back. So now it frees me up to play a little bit of guitar. So let me know in the chat room if you can, if everybody's getting the stream okay. I think we're pretty good to go. I'm gonna let my guitar Wilma do a little talking so we can get warmed up here. Add a little bass into the mix here. All right. Now that's looping. Y'all can type in the words, I need more love. Come on, sing along with me now. Said, I need more love every day of my life. Yes, I need more love every day of my life. Well, I need more love every day of my life. I need more love every day of my life. Now I can stop something too as well, just like this. Yes, the cold wind's blowing through our neighborhood. Oh, my frustration's growing through concrete, steel, and wood. I need more love. I need more love. Sing it. I need more love every day of my life. Said I need more love every day of my life. Yes, I need more love every day of my life. I need more love every day of my life. I'm gonna break it down to you like this. Ha! Yes, the cold wind's blowing through our neighborhood. My frustration's growing through concrete, steel, and wood. I need more love. I need more love. Sing it. I need more love every day of my life. Yes, I need more love every day of my life. Well, I need more love every day of my life. So what I like to do about this time here is let my guitar do a little rocking and rolling here because she likes to get all funky and all that, but she also likes to go ahead and turn it up to 11 Spinal Tap style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. More love every day of my life. I need more love every day of my life. I need more love every day of my life. Now I can stop it here with my foot pedal, so I'll use that. I need more love every day of my life. Yeah, so I got a foot pedal here on the bottom as well where I'm controlling the stop and start of loops and all that kind of good stuff. But anyways, that is me. I am Acidic Loop. I do looping, live looping, and everything is created on my iPad. All the vocals, all the guitar, all that kind of stuff as well. So let's do another one here, and I can switch my vocal mic as well as far as the effects. So I'm going to do that right now, and we're going to do an 80s tune for you, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by switching my microphone a little bit, some more reverb. And we're going to do a 80s tune called Wicked Game, but I'm going to put a little trip-hop mix to it. So I'm going to start off by looping in some pads and percussion. And then what we'll do is we'll add in some drums and some bass as well. All right, that's looping. Let me add a little drum in here. I'm going to go ahead and put a little delay on. I'm controlling everything here with my hands, but also the feet as well. On fire, no one can save me but you. Stranger of desire who make foolish people do. Well, I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. No, I don't want to fall in love. No, I don't want to fall in love with you. With you. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. What a wicked game to play. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. No, I don't want to fall in love. No, I don't want to fall in love with you. fall in love. No, I don't want to fall in love. No, I don't want to fall in love with you. With you. Nobody loves no one. Yeah, a little tune for you right there called Wicked Game. How's everybody doing out there with the stream? I see some of you guys kicking the stream around, so I am assuming everything is up and running, everything's working good. So we'll see what happens. All right, I'm gonna do I'll do an instrumental here. This one is from the James Bond universe. There's James Bond. So let me start off with a little delay guitar first. I call this one shaken, not stirred. We've done a little bit of shaking, but we ain't done a whole lot of stirring. So I'm gonna coax my guitar Wilma into breaking it down, turning it up to 11 Spinal Tap style, you know what I'm saying? What you got for me, girl? go. A little James Bond action for you. We're at a Kitely founder celebration. I guess you guys have been around 14 years. So I was talking to Elon earlier, and he's got a really cool plan they got going on here with Kitely. And I like how it spins up the worlds as you need them, helps save on bandwidth, and probably a little bit of the lag situation that some other worlds have an issue with. It kind of fixes some of that. So very cool. I'm kind of new to Kitely. Not kind of. I am new to Kitely. I've been playing over at Rose's place, and Veritas got me over here. So thank you, Veritas. I see you out there. And by the way, this cool avatar you see here, this is made by Kim Starr. She did a fantastic job on it. I wanted some kind of cyberpunk Johnny Silverhand style with my acidic loop face. I said, yeah, this is baller, man. This is killer stuff. So I'm digging it. All right, let's go ahead and get down to some funky business again. Let's go ahead and let's drop it like this. So we're going to get down funky like a bow-legged monkey. Stevie Wonder style. So if you guys dig this one here, you'll type in the words, I'm feeling superstitious funky, baby. We need a little horn up in here. Now we need a little bass in your face. Very superstitious. Wash it off. Got the words already. Very superstitious. Light is about to fall. 13-month-old baby. Broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad love. Good things in your past. Oh, yeah. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition leads the way. Very superstitious. Wash your face and hands. Rid me of the problems. Do all that you can. Keep me in a daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't want to save me. Sad is my song. Yeah. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Everybody now. Superstition ain't the way. Usually about this time during this song, what I like to do is give a little ode to the one that got me into live looping to begin with. Her name is Katie Tunstall, and she wrote a song called Black Horse and a Cherry Tree, and I was like enamored by it. I was like, what is this looping business here? What is this sorcery? And ever since then, I've been looping, so I always like to throw this in, this song here in the middle of the superstition, because it's got the same kind of groove, but we're just going to go ahead and play it straight up, so you guys can type in the words, woohoo, as we go ahead and tear this up. Katie Tunstall style. Woo-hoo. Well, my heart knows better than I know myself, so I'm gonna let it do all the talking. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. I see me across the place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree. Woo-hoo. I felt a little fear upon my back. I said, don't look back, just keep on walking. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Then the big black horse said, look this way. He said, hey, lady, won't you marry me? Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. And I said, no, 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 no. I said, no, no, you're not the one for me. No, no, no. Yeah, my heart at the pop in the early hours, so I stopped it dead for a beat. It's and I cut some cord and I shouldn't have done it. They won't forgive me after all these years. So I sit to the place in the middle of nowhere with a big black cross and a cherry tree. Now I won't come back 'cause I'm so happy, and now I got a hold of the world to see. And I said no, 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 no. I said no, no, you're not the one for me. No, 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 no. I said no, no, you're not the one for me. Very superstitious. Nothing more to say. Very superstitious. Devil's on his way. Keep me in the daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't want to save me. Sad is my song, yeah. When you believe in things you don't understand, then you suffer. Everybody now, superstition ain't the way. There you go. Two for what they call very superstitious. All right, I think I have time for. Let me know how much time I got left, because I know we started a little bit late. So let me know. I know I have half hour. So, Mike, if you could tell me in the instant message how much more time I have, then that'd be great. I'm going to do an original song for my album, which you can check out at acidicloop.com for all my music. Mostly instrumental, but when I play in these virtual worlds, I also do some sing-along songs like that. So it's not just all instrumental. But this one here is one I wrote. This one is called Chill the Channel. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to start off with some keys first. Some pad here. Next, I'm going to add in some drum. So sit back and relax and let the sounds of my guitar Wilma take you away here with some sweet, sweet sounds. Yeah, there you go. A little song for you called Chill the Channel. All right, so my buddy Mike told me I had 8 minutes, so I'm going to do one really short one and we'll be done, I believe. So this one here is a song that was actually done in the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, but I'm going to do a version of it here that's not like Moby, and it was actually called Green Sally Up, the original recording, so I'm going to sample that in right there. Oh, yeah. And now I'm going to go ahead and put my spin on it. Go! Yeah, baby. So let's shout it out one time here. Green Sally Up. Let me bring a little bass in the mix here. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy's dead and go. Let me hear to weep in the moan. If you had it, fold your arms. If you love it, clap your hands. I said, Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Say Green Sally up and Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Lifting squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. If this squad gonna tear the ground. Thanks for coming out and rocking with me. I appreciate you guys. This is pretty cool. I'm digging this Kitely. I'm going to have to play here more often. If you guys know anybody that wants to book me, I am available for some bookings, some. Just let me know and I'll give you a note card for it, all right? So for those that are on the stream and those here at Kitely, I appreciate it and thank you and congratulations on 14 years. Peace out, players.